Well, we are live. Max, take us away.
We are live. I want you all to see this.
Best dog dad ever. I love it.
And it's true. So first and foremost, happy Father's Day to me and my puppy. And then happy Father's Day from the intellectual idiots to all fathers out there.
Max, are you recording?
What?
Are you recording?
I am recording. Are you recording?
I am recording.
Jack,
First
are you recording?
For me recording.
I'm recording. I'm not going to record.
Oh, beautiful. We have a very special guest on here. It's Peen Boy himself, Jack Maastricht.
The Rainbow Punch Kool-Aid. I love that.
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I had to do it. I know you guys want to pump up the YouTube numbers, so I figured I'd wear something to pump the numbers up. Now everybody's got to go see the Kool-Aid shirt on YouTube.
So we're all repping our shirts. We got Superman from a man who's very far from Superman himself. We got Mr. Kool-Aid and best dog dad ever.
We got a
pretty locked and loaded
trio today.
We got a locked in show today. And Jack, please let everybody know, why are you coming in hot to the pod today?
Oh, well, I mean, I had to get on the podcast. I'll tell you what, this is the most nervous I've been all day. I had the Reds were buzzing today. Our baseball team, we won. Big win. I'm coming in with a lot of energy, but I know this is a big deal. I know we got a lot of listeners, and I'm excited to be on. But I think we're going to talk a little bit about my baseball journey and coaching, and I know Ty coaches too, so we'll talk about that. But
hell yeah,
boys,
we're diving into it. So Jack, I know you've been putting up some. I know you're washed. We all know you're washed.
Thank you for
with that, especially you, Max.
Well, Tyler, I mean, let's be real. I mean, at least I could throw the ball from third base to first.
At least, okay, I don't want to make a kidney joke, but
okay, we don't, no need to make a kidney joke. We're good. But Jack is Wash King, but he also played 5 years. So he's got a ton of mo. But Jack, can we just get a little insight into the stat numbers today? What did Wash King hit today from the hole, I assume?
Well, Hortonville decided to throw two guys like 85 and 88, and they didn't throw a lot of strikes, especially to me for some reason. So I had 3 walks today, had a double, and I rolled over to the shortstop, and he booted it. So, that underrated, putting the ball in play.
Big on base percentage guy.
Yeah, that's all I'm there for. And the beer after, that's really. They give me more beer if I play well, so
that's freaking huge.
Incentive.
So Jack came down this weekend. We got to see Jack this weekend coming down from Green Bay, so that was also huge. Got the boys together, did a little first and bowl action. If whoever on the pod is not, has the insight into first and bowl, it's basically you just take a football and chuck it at a bunch of oversized bowling pins and knock them out.
It's amazing. And then they have basketball Connect Four. We have to shoot 3-pointers into a Connect Four board.
It's truly incredible what 4 idiots can be entertained by. Like, just literally throwing a ball at bowling pins.
You don't need much for guys to be entertained.
Hours.
I think I could have stayed there all night, to be honest. I don't know what I would have done, but could have been there all night.
You want to talk about washed up, though, I'm years removed from high school quarterback, and I cannot throw a ball anymore. It's really bad. Like, my arm is still sore from just throwing a couple footballs yesterday. It's a tough look.
Did you win a game? Anything we played at First and Bowl?
He did beat me once in the Connect Four.
And it was like
I fucked up because I didn't see
1-20.
I didn't see his balls on the bottom.
No, Tyler, don't you dare minimize my win.
No, I actually, because I was shooting for the right side, and after I was like, oh fuck, and then you hit the shot, and I was like, well, good work, Ty. I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, I dismantled Ty in a shooting contest today. Both of us are really bad shooters. The games looked like it was going to take a really long time, but got the win. I was like 1 for 12, 1 for 20, something crazy like that. I'm a loser. I mean, if you really think about it, I'm a loser. Up and down the board, I lost all day. I went to a couple of grad parties. My allergies were just horrific. I was losing at the grad parties. I was spraying balls all over the golf course. I was just a disaster. And by the way, we'll get into the what's hot, what's not here. But by the way, I got a serious problem with Brightondale Lynx. I'll call them out right now. We had a 10-15.
Why don't we do a live phone call?
What?
Why don't we do a live phone call to the CEO?
No, we're not doing a live phone call.
I want a
There's
live
no-
phone call.
It's
to-
8:45
It's a
at night.
public
I'm
course.
telling
Who
you.
are you gonna call?
We're gonna find this number on Zoom info. We're gonna get the direct phone number of this person's mobile phone.
Maybe if Ty got here at the time we were supposed to start the podcast. we
Yes, I know I was
I've
late.
done a live
Had
podcast,
important
but a
business
live call.
today. But yeah, let's get it started. Jack, why don't we go through the goods, the bads of coaching, and if you got any really good stories or funny stories. Also, maybe you could share about your drunken play, how sometimes when you're hungover you do a little better. I know we were talking about that, and I'd love to hear about that.
Set the scene. Jack's first year coaching, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Huge
coaching.
outfield coach guy.
Overall, SNC. Let's
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
Jack.
So this is my first year coaching. I played 5 years. You got a COVID year of eligibility, so I took that. And then this year I came back coaching, and I didn't know how it would be. I didn't really know what to expect. I'd done a little bit of coaching in the past, but it's different. I was coaching like 12-year-olds on a Tuesday or something, 10 to 12-year-olds every like Tuesday in high school. And that's a lot different than college kids. The skill level is obviously a lot different, and they listen to you. So like with that younger age range, you're just like, please listen to what I say. Don't take my head off with your bat. Like, if I make sure nobody got killed, it was a win.
Yeah.
So it's just a completely different level and experience. And I didn't know what to expect because I played with a lot of them. So I didn't know if they'd listen to what I said. I don't know if I even knew how to articulate the game of baseball as a coach.
Yeah, it's got to be weird though. Like, I mean, thinking about it, like you played a little bit longer than the rest of the seniors, and at the same time, like then you went on and coached a bunch of the kids that you played with like the year before. Was that must have been a little bit weird?
Yeah, it took some settling into, just because like with the younger kids it's a little different. I think that in college baseball as an upperclassman, you just kind of you take on the coaching role with the younger kids, freshmen and sophomores. Like, hey, you're trying to show them the ropes, right? And so I'd like to think, and I'm just maybe talking out my ass here, but I'd like to think that I kind of had a coaching role or a parent kind of like they saw me as that prior to that. But yeah, the people that I played with, the upperclassmen that were with me, especially the senior class, was a little weird because I'd see what they did wrong, or maybe I'd want to coach them, but I don't know how they'd take that from me. So it did take some settling into. But once we got into the fall, a couple of weeks, I kind of started to find my groove a little bit and find my coaching style, and just started to articulate better what I wanted to say and be more organized. And it was a big learning curve, but I think I kind of settled into it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
the
guess we have to ask
season
them.
started off rough.
Jack,
right?
what is your coaching style? You say you got a coaching style. You a big gym yeller, or what are you?
Oh no, I mean my anger bubbles slowly, which I think you guys know about me.
Oh, we know it.
I'll be pretty calm and collected, and then all of a sudden it all comes out at once. But
Explosion of anger. God damn it, Jim.
yeah,
God bless
I mean,
those kids if they dropped a fly ball. That would be a horrible practice the day after.
Well, two of our coaches are bald, and I'm pretty sure
Willie
the
Wally?
longer I coach, yeah, Wally and Willie, and I'm pretty sure the longer I coach, the closer I will get. Like the hairline will immediately start to recede. It's just, yeah, there was definitely some dropped fly balls that gave me a few aneurysms this year. But yeah, my coaching style, I think, was a little bit more just like mellow and just try to convey what they need to know, and not get too mad, because I think baseball is a really hard sport. Like at the end of the day, you just fail so much.
Yep.
You guys
That's a
know, but
mental
like
game.
300 batting average is a great average. This year, the league average is like 250 in the MLB. Like
I saw
you
220. What were we talking about yesterday? It was 220.
it might be 220, yeah. So people fail constantly in the sport, and I think today, in today's day and age, it's kind of tough to deal with failure. I don't think we're
Yeah.
always set up well to deal with failure, and so this game is just, if you let it, it'll really tear you down and kill you. So I try to just be the mellow voice of reason, and just at times you got to light a fire, but you just arm around them sometimes, a lot of the times, and tell them it'll be okay, because it's tough sport.
I gotta be honest, like, a couple things that I have to say to that is, first of all, some people fail more than others. And I'm gonna really put the spotlight here on me and Tyler. our 1 year college baseball tenure, it was extremely short-lived. Meanwhile, Jack's going on to win awards at the college level, playing 5 years, setting records of batting title, this and that, going on to coach. And meanwhile, Tyler and I are limping along through one season, throwing in the bag. I'm losing all day yesterday, washed up king. Tyler's clearly never had it. So it's just like you're looking at two guys that just have been losing and
at least I put the jersey
failure
on
their whole life. So with that being said, I'd like to say that Tyler and I are both experts at this point in really learning how to wear it on the chin and just kind of, well, we lost again, we failed again, time to get back up and try it again before we fail again, and maybe we'll get it this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I know you're saying it half tongue in cheek, but I mean, I really do think that playing baseball prepares you for life in a lot of ways where,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tyler, you were dealing with some adversity with your stuff this week or this last week, 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm sure you know how to fail. It sounds stupid, but like, you know how to deal with failure and it doesn't have to bother you. You can learn from it. You can move on. You can,
you can't think about it. You can't
own the mistakes, but
you just gotta move forward.
Yeah. And so ultimately, Jack, how did SNC end up finishing up this year? Like, you guys made it pretty far in the tournament after starting off kind of shaky. You guys ended up, SNC made it. All of our alma mater, for all the listeners who don't know, Jack, Tyler, and I, and Sam, who will be on eventually, Bennett, whoever, we all went to St. Norbert together. So that's how we all met, played baseball together. So how do you guys all finish up?
Yeah, we started pretty rough. We, Florida, we were 0-6 to start. And that starts to happen and you definitely get worried. Like, we knew we had a better team than what we were playing, but it's hard. Like, something would go wrong every game. The pitching would fall apart, the defense would fall apart, the offense wouldn't produce, and it was something every game. And we just kind of let games slip. And so we're like, we're better than this, but we're not playing better than that. And that can be concerning. But to the players' credit, they turned it around. We won like last 4 or 5 games in Florida, came out, ended up finishing 500 on the season. We were supposed to take, I think, 7th or 8th, 9th in the conference, and we ended up taking 3rd, which was huge. Just a credit to the players, because honestly,
and the coaches.
That
the outfield coaches.
You know what? Scratch all of that. Just sole credit to the outfield coach. Whoever that guy was, he fucks.
Yeah, he really knows how to move outfielders left and right. That's crazy.
The way you call out those shifts, we were at the game, we heard it. I'm telling you right now, to all of our listeners out there, there's nobody that calls an outfield shift better than Jack Maastricht. Nobody out there on the planet. And I'll die on that hill.
And that was another learning curve.
Teams, be listening to this podcast. You want an outfield coach? Hire this man.
Hey, we want to see at SNC. You watch your mouth down there, big head.
Yeah.
So, Jack, I guess so far, you're into coaching. What have been your biggest takeaway so far? And like, what have you really enjoyed about it?
Yeah, honestly, I just wanted to know, I mean, this year, my big goal was to kind of just figure out where I saw myself in coaching and kind of figure out what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, just to kind of learn about myself, at least personally, right? Like, obviously, I really just wanted the team to succeed. I'd break my ankle if it meant we win more games, like at the end of the day. But, personally, I just wanted to learn about myself, learn if I like coaching, learn if I'm any good at it, all of that sort of stuff. And I think I'm okay at it. I think I did okay. I know I like it. I know I find a lot of, what's the word?
Enjoyment?
Satisfaction, like life satisfaction from it. It's really cool to go coach people and to then see them take it on the field. And obviously they're the ones doing it, but to see them take it on the field and kind of implement what you do and they told them to, talked about, and then see them succeed and see them get that feeling that, I loved as a player, like where you get to, you hit that double or you make that great play and you're like, holy shit, I am on top of the world. It's a great feeling. And to see them succeed is really cool. There's one moment this year where, I always kind of stand next to where the hitters would go out before they go on deck, just in case they wanted to talk, or I could kind of talk them through some situations if they needed to. Some guys they don't want that, and that's fine. And so it's about kind of learning who wants what. But one of the hitters was like, hey, what did you see on my last at bat? And we started talking about it. And it was like, well, you're kind of late to get your foot down. And again, this is all credit to him. He was the one who initiated the conversation. I'm just sitting there bouncing it off. But honestly, he came up with the idea. But he's like, hey, what do you think about this approach of the plate? I'm going to go up there. I'm going to take my big leg kick. If I'm late, I'm going to adjust, bring the leg kick down, and sit fastball and see what happens. So he goes up there, and again, his idea, but it was fun to have that bounced off me. He goes up there, takes his big leg kick, fouls one off to the left side. He's a lefty, so he was late on the fastball. And he looks at me from the batter's box, kind of gives me a smirk and shrugs, goes up there, takes a smaller leg kick and doubles off the fence. And I'm just like, that's like such a cool moment. Right. Like, again, I don't really do anything. He's the one in the box, but like to be able to coach that and to be a part of that was such a cool moment.
It's a rewarding feeling, I'm sure, like, to show to see the impact that you're making for them on the field, which is obviously super important to them. And, hoping that you're making, off the field impacts, life lessons, learning about themselves, learning about yourself. So there's just so many facets to coaching that I never would have thought would even be possible. So,
yeah. And to add off of that too, I think, one thing that I know that Tyler and I respect a lot about you too, Jack, is, not really giving a fuck what anybody says. And you want to go out there and coach and you want to do that. And like, that's something that's going to mean a lot to you and you're good at it. And it's something that you love to do it. And it's like, kind of, we talked about on this podcast. It's like, yeah, it's a funny podcast. It's fun. It's lighthearted. And, we want people to come here and listen and take their mind off the stress of their life and to enjoy themselves. But just a reminder too, like, to never be afraid to go after like things that you want to do and things that
are your dreams,
improve your life. Like, and to make your life better. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about it, right? Like, oh, Jack, why would you coach? You're already up in Green Bay doing your master's and you have your job and you're busy as ever. Why would you take on coaching? Because I want to, and it makes me better. And it's like, that is what I think is super, super cool. Why would you start a podcast, Max and Tyler? Like, you guys are already super busy. Like, it's because it's what we want to do. And it's something that we feel like we can succeed at, whether we succeed at it to a point of like going viral or whatever or not. It doesn't really matter. We're not doing it for that.
We do it because we enjoy it. And, we want to try something that, we could potentially build into something down the road that we'd love to do, maybe even full time.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really cool, Jack. Just so you know, like, we do admire you a lot about that. And that's something that I think that is really cool in you. There's the drive in Jack. And then there's the competition in Jack. So real quick, I want to bounce this down to Tyler, and I'm going to put Jack in the spotlight here. Tyler, let's hear the FIFA story.
Yes.
Jack, do I have permission?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's hear the FIFA story. Let the world know.
This story might be exaggerated a little bit, but from what I remember, we were in St. Joseph's dorm hall, and it was Sam and Jack's nice couch. We had a really nice couch. We were going to be moving it that day because they were moving out, and we were playing FIFA, and Jack's. I get nervous sometimes to play against Jack because like I don't mean to like brag. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean like it may seem like I'm smirking or being like a bitch, because I score some goals. But I remember that day it wasn't going so well for Jack, and I was like. I hadn't played in a while and Jack had been playing a lot, and I just somehow was just scoring lots of goals on him. And I think I won like 2 games in a row. Like I said, I don't know the exact details, but it wasn't going well. And fuck this, runs out, has to go calm himself down outside. Me and Sam look at each other.
Well, it also doesn't help that Tyler chooses the number 1 team in the world every single time.
Oh yeah,
and Jack is like,
Jack was probably some level B league in Venezuela, and I was probably Paris Saint-Germain or like Lionel Messi's team, Barcelona.
Jack, your side, defend yourself.
Honestly, that is probably exactly how it happened. I can't. The only thing I can say in my defense is that I have gotten a lot better at managing my competitiveness. I promise you, internally, I am still extremely competitive, but externally, I've been able to, in the last maybe 3 or 4 years, like tone it down a little bit. Which, in all honesty, has been a theme of my life. My mom used to make medals, like how you buy those shitty plastic medals at like Dollar General with like nothing on them. She'd buy those and write like best sport award, and put it on a medal and give it to me when I was a good sport and didn't lose my shit when I lost. So it's been a theme. I have been constantly improving. She will attest to that. But yeah, no, that story went exactly how Tyler expected. I don't even think there was any. I think there was no hyperbole. I think that's how it happened.
Sometimes I'm like afraid I'm gonna get whacked.
You will. You should get whacked. Jack is never violent with it though. But I will say,
Jack's never gotten violent like it.
I will say with this though, it was the absolute best. We all lived together too senior year, and it was the best when we'd all be sitting on the couch and all of a sudden you just hear from upstairs in the bedroom, Jack getting beat online and beat up. I'd be like, oh, this is fantastic. Or when Tyler would throw it up to his cheat code wide receivers in Madden every year.
Tyler Kendrick, 6'6" guy.
Tyler Kendrick, just the thought of him still makes me angry.
He's a cheat code.
I still get talk about me being a loser again, though. We can go back to Madden too. I never won a Super Bowl, only one. And Bennett,
all the roommates, we all played Madden for about 15 seasons. We all won a Super Bowl, at least one except Max.
And Gunderson won a Super Bowl, which is disheartening. It's disheartening to me.
My bad. He beat me, so my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gone for that one. I let you guys let that fucker win. I can't believe that.
Yeah. And then junior year when the camera zoomed in on Eli Manning's brown eye. Tough seats. Tough seats. Okay, moving on.
Elite transition.
What's hot, what's not? Who wants to start? I say the guest starts.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll let it rip. All right, so we were going to First and Bowl. I was giving Ty a little grief. He uses absolute statements all the time, and it is hilarious. Everything is the best thing he's ever had, the best thing he's ever done.
I'm a positive person.
Okay, well, let me finish before you try to defend yourself. So it's like the best chili he's ever had. This is the best place to travel all the time, ever. He uses the word ever constantly. And I was giving him some grief, but I was thinking about it today. And I'm like, you know what? This sounds like fun. I think the what's hot is Tyler's absolute statements because it's a lot of fun. That's right, Dax. That's a twist. You thought it was a what's not, but it's a what's hot.
I love it, Jack.
Because it's so much fun. Like, for example, this is the best podcast I've ever been on.
It's the only podcast you've ever been on.
Jack, you want to talk about the rest?
I was like, I'm going to make a list. I'm going to make sure that this is the best chili I've ever had. I'm going to think about it. No, I'm no longer thinking about it. I'm just letting it rip. Today, I made some pasta for dinner. Best pasta I ever had. Can you prove me wrong? No, it's objective.
I fucking love it. That's how life should be.
Don't stop me.
I realized I had a problem. I realized I had a problem when we were walking into First and Bowl. Do you recall what happened?
I believe you made two absolute statements in a row.
The rusty mailbox. You want to make a comment on that?
This is the best water I've ever had.
So we're walking into First and Bowl, and Ty looks at this rusty mailbox next to First and Bowl. It wasn't even that rusty. Maybe like 30% rust. 40%. 50%. That's not true. Ty looks at this half rusty mailbox and goes, "That's the rustiest thing I've ever saw." Out of control.
And then that's
Tyler, what is wrong?
Are you fucking with me at this point? Like, I was like, sincerely, I was thinking to myself, like, I should probably say I am fucking with him, but like, I was like, fuck, I wasn't fucking with him. I was serious.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to lean into it now. So This is the best ever what's not ever as I transition, elite transition. My what's not is the US Open field. -6 wins it for 4 rounds. Complete chaos. As a golf, not an avid viewer. I watch passively, like naps on the couch kind of thing. I want to see complete chaos. I want people snapping their clubs, tossing their putters. I want people chipping out of the rough back into the rough. I want rough so deep you can't find your golf ball.
I want the golfers to look like us.
That's exactly what I want. And they did this weekend. It was great. One guy threw his putter and then a couple holes later snapped his iron over his knee. Another guy chipped out of the rough. It went onto the green and rolled back into the rough. It was amazing.
I just had a questionable fart.
That's all I want is chaos. I root for the course, and the course really put up a good fight this week.
I love it. I love it. Who's Jack? That was a phenomenal. You know what? That might ever be the best ever. What's hot?
Best ever. Best ever. What's hot? Best ever. What's not? ever.
I say we head over to Gutsky.
All right. Did you guys just hear what I just said?
What'd you
I
say?
did not.
I said I had a questionable fart.
Did you just rip
Did
out
the
a
audio pick it up?
On live camera. No, I'm just kidding. It's a little questionable, but we'll see what happens.
Tyler now has editing abilities because he's finally.
That's not going out. We're keeping that in.
You better not cut that out.
I'm not gonna cut. I'm not gonna spend time cutting that out.
Your shirt stays on this podcast.
It's hot, man. I had a lot of good food.
All right.
What's your
Speaking
what's
of
hot and
hot,
what's
your
not?
what's
It can't
hot?
be
Oh,
your
what's
enemy.
hot for me? Since I didn't get to talk about my coaching, I'm gonna go what's hot. Special Olympics, my tournament this weekend. What's hot? I also coaching, so I'm gonna lean into that. Had my first. I started volunteering for coaching for the Special Olympics like 6-7 weeks ago, and I've been doing practices every week, and we had our first tournament this weekend. We didn't win any games. We lost both games, but we
Gotta
played
coach better.
we played so well, and it was just so wholesome to see just the pure enjoyment that these athletes had. The athletes range from age 20 to like maybe 45 for the athletes that I coach with 3 other coaches. They range from people with Down syndrome to autism to very high functioning to low functioning, and it's just something that I'm so passionate about, and like I absolutely love it, and it's something like it's really just reassured me that it's something that I want to do for like the rest of my life is be involved with people with disabilities, and honestly coaching too. Like when I have kids, I want to coach them in baseball, basketball, and something that I also want to do is just keep staying involved with Special Olympics, and absolutely just so much enjoyment. I just found myself smiling literally the whole day, and it just
Good.
absolutely love it. So that's what's happening.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey Ty, if individuals listening want to get involved with Special Olympics, where should they go? Plug it.
I do have a contact. You can contact me, and then I can get you in contact with the head of the Special Olympics Milwaukee area, and then if not Milwaukee area, she knows everyone outside of the Milwaukee area, and she can get you in contact with that person. But
contact you to contact the
contact me, and then I'll
Nothing
contact
quite like it.
Her name is Lindsay, and then I'll get you involved through her. I'll get you her direct number. Have her give you a call. If you're looking to
Contact
get-
Ty for a
We
15%
need
chance
coaches.
to coach.
We have so many different sports. I'm going to be doing flag football after softball. Then I'm going to be doing basketball for the winter season. So if anyone's interested in literally any sport, there's a bocce ball tournament while we were at softball. So if you want to be a bocce ball coach,
There you go.
yeah. So that's my what's hot. Jack, thanks for asking. How to get involved, because that's a good point. Might as
What's
well
not?
get the word out there. What's not? Living in a place that does not have air conditioning.
Oh,
My
So-
room is about 83 degrees right now. We have AC units, like we have like one of those maybe 3-foot tall AC units with the hose that kind of goes out the side. We have that. It does a decent job, and then we have 2 window units, but having no central is an absolute fucking shit show. It's so hot, especially like we're in an old duplex, 2 levels, and it's just it's not hot.
nor is your lighting.
Not hot, but it's also like hot, if that makes sense. I fucked that up.
It's okay. You're doing great, Tyler. You're really, really doing a good job. I want you to know that. That was the new best ever. What's hot, what's not. So now
I just upped the best ever.
now we're moving to the
What's
best,
the best
ever.
ever? And now mine is the new best ever.
We're now moving to the best.
Now
object,
this might be the new best ever. Max.
This might be the biggest disagreement ever.
or I could be a loser because I've been losing quite a bit. So my what's hot are dads. Dads everywhere. Your dad, my dad, me, Cash's dad. Jack, you have a wine collection, right? Or like your wine
Subscription?
what's that?
No, I got rid of that.
Oh,
Just-
so you're not that
No,
wine
not a
subscription
wine
dad.
dad anymore.
Okay.
But
You're not a wine dad anymore, but it's okay because dads are hot everywhere. It's Father's Day. Tell your dad you love him and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Spend some time with your dad. What's hot? Dads. Go grilling. By the way, sidebar, I contacted Sam Nelson today and I was like, hey, what are you doing with Tim today? It's Sam's dad. Sam sent me the funniest response ever. He's like, heading down, watching the Brewer game, having a couple beers, grilling out some burgers that night. basically having the most stereotypical Father's Day of all time. And it's
dads are so
100%
wise. They know what they want.
It's the simple things in
It's
life.
easy money, you know.
Baseball, beers, brats, burgers. That's all you need to be happy.
You can't fail. You cannot fail. My what's not is Lorenzo Cain. Tough look.
Forced into retirement.
Yeah, DFA'd by the Brewers, cut by the Brewers. Lorenzo Cain, I love Lo Cain. I do. I love him. He's been such a good player, but he's been so bad. It's gotten to a point where it's either keep Lorenzo Cain on the team to feel good for everybody, or cut him and open up a spot for somebody who can hit a baseball. But Lorenzo Cain, clearly his body's caught up to him. He's like 30, almost 37. Got cut by the Brewers. Thank you for your time, Lo Cain. But unfortunately, you're my what's not, and you're a coward.
I heard an interview with him yesterday on the radio, and he was just saying, like, yeah, it's time for me. My body's just done. I need to take a break. So he accepted it, that he was done.
Well, good thing.
One of the cool side stories there, though, they waited until he got 10 years of service time so that he would get his pension from the MLB. So
that's amazing. Isn't that like what, $6-7 grand a month or something?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
That's amazing.
That could be my second what's hot, is pension, MLB pension for a little.
That could be the group what's hot.
Best pension ever.
That was a phenomenal what's hot, what's not second voice. We're absolutely buzzing on this Sunday night. I don't care. I don't care that it's Sunday night.
I told you, I bring in the Pulaski Reds energy. It's infectious.
The Pulaski Reds are firing at all.
What about the Cecil Bears energy?
The Mud Hens.
Cecil Mud Hens.
There you go.
That team must be really succeeding since Bennett left.
He dropped a 100 hitter. Sorry, Bennett, no offense.
All right. Fuck up of the week.
Oh, fuck up, then top five?
Fuck up and then top five. We always end with top five, and every single week, Tyler always asks that same question.
That's my fuck up.
Yeah.
No, that's not an actual fuck up. That's a side fuck up.
I'll start with my fuck up of the week, and then we'll go to Jack, and then we'll finish with Big Gut. But my fuck up of the week is Sleepy Joe Biden.
Oh boy, yeah.
Here's the deal. Listen, bud, like whether you're left, whether you're right, whether you voted for Trump, whether you voted for Biden, whether you voted for D's nuts. Okay, here's the deal. You can't fall off a bike when you're the president of America.
That's not moving. The bike that is
stationary. I don't care who you are. This has nothing to do with Joe Biden himself. It has nothing to do with any president that there's ever been. If you're the president of the United States of America, you got to do better, and you can't fall off a bike. Okay? Come on. Like, you got to lock it in here, Joe. You can't take your foot out of the strap before you lean to the other side. Okay? That's all I got to say. Joe Biden, fuck up of the week. You did it this time, bud. You can't fall off your bike. Do better. I'm done.
So my fuck up of the week already been said on the podcast, but I wanted to give my perspective on this because I think when Max made it his fuck up, his story was a little weak. So I'm going with Max stealing my olive pizza in college because Max's story was, I got drunk, I ate Jack's pizza, he got mad at me. I sound like the bad guy, which maybe I am, but at least I'm going to give my perspective.
Max is the bad guy.
So this story does not start on the day Max ate my olive pizza. It starts 2 months prior to Max eating my olive pizza. I had some power bars for practice when I had to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to practice because you're hungry in the morning, but you don't have time to make anything. You wake up like 2 minutes before practice and run. So I have some power bars stashed above my desk for like this situation only. I never eat them any other time. And so I get up, a couple weeks into school, and Max is working out like a fiend, like he does. And, this is our third or fourth Friday morning practice. And I go up to, grab my power bar and I reach in. And so fourth practice, I've only had 3, there's 12 in the pack. I reach in and I grab out the last one. That's suspicious.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, hey, I know who stole it. And he left the last one in there so that I wouldn't know that, I'd take out the last one and go buy more. He wouldn't go buy me more because he didn't take the last one.
Max, that's
interesting strategy there. But so I sit Max down. I'm like, hey, did you eat my power bars? He's like, yeah, I needed the protein. I'm like, okay, Max, that can't happen. You cannot eat my food. It's my food, not yours. That's how this works.
Especially in college.
Don't eat my food.
Broke.
So to put context, we had already had the don't eat my food conversation. So then I go to baseball and we're in Chicago and it's like 27 degrees, feels like temp. Like we should not be playing. And I am riding pine because I am terrible this year. Terrible. So I'm riding pine, freezing my butt off in Chicago, and the wind's whipping off the lake too. So it's cold. And about the third inning, watching this baseball game, I think we're getting destroyed too. I'm like, oh my God, I have pizza in the fridge. Oh my God. This is going to be great. I'm going to go home. I'm going to eat 3 pieces of Papa John's pizza and pass out. It's going to be amazing.
3 pieces? I thought it was 1 piece.
It was definitely at least 2. It was multiple pieces.
I think it was 2.
Okay. I'm going to eat my 2 pieces of Papa John's pizza. I haven't eaten yet today. I ate like a hotel breakfast. They feed us like little sandwiches, and then we just bust all the way home. So from third inning of the first game of the doubleheader, freezing my butt off on the bench, I'm thinking about the pizza. And I'm going through all the scenarios. I'm like, well, I hope it's still there. Well, Max has been eating my food. I don't know. And I'm like, oh, but it has olives on it. And Max doesn't like olives. So I'm good. I had worked it out in my brain that Max won't eat my pizza because it has olives on it. I actually probably ordered it with olives so that he wouldn't eat it. Trying to think ahead. And so I come into the dorm. We finally get home, 3-hour bus ride from Chicago. And I bust into the dorm, and they're all sitting on the couch, and I beeline for the fridge because I've been thinking about this for the last 12 hours.
You didn't say hi. It was like right to the fridge, and I knew I was fucked.
Yeah, question.
That moment, I knew I was
Were you more mad in this moment with the pizza or my FIFA match where you got fucked?
This moment. The FIFA match I'll get over, but the olive pizza I will never let go.
That's a forever lifetime mistake.
Yep. I spent 12 hours thinking about that pizza. I'm going to eat it. So I beeline for the fridge.
Real estate in Jack's head.
True. Yeah. Rent free and rent's going up. So I beeline for the fridge, open it. My Tupperware's not there. I think I turned and saw it dirty, like on top of the fridge or something. And I just look at Max and go, you don't even fucking like olives. And I left. I called somebody. I'm like, I'm coming over. And I just left. That was the only thing I said to him. And Max, to his credit, was calling me like, hey, I'll buy you another pizza. Like, I'm so sorry I ate your pizza. But, oh, man, I spent all day thinking. I didn't take him up on the offer. At that point, I was just like, it's too late. It was not about new pizza. It was about the leftover pizza.
Max's duck butter, which is basically sweat that rolls through your gooch, was probably absolutely flowing like the Nile River.
I want to say, Jack, you didn't forget one part.
Sweating bullets, so nervous. My goodness.
Jack forgot one part of the story. You came in and you said, who ate my pizza?
Yes.
I was paralyzed in fear. Bennett was the only person not there. So at first I blamed Bennett.
There's no way I believed you though.
No, you knew it was me, but I blamed Bennett. And then immediately I was like, I can't let Bennett take this. And then I went into your room and I was like, I ate your pizza. And you
okay, that's
don't even like olives. And then that's when you stormed out and left. But yeah, nevertheless, tough, really, really bad moment for me. All in all.
I think I was blinded with rage at that point. That's why I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
Jack blacked out of anger.
Sorry, Jack. To this day, I will forever feel remorse for that moment. Like I will never live that down ever.
Yeah, well, maybe I overreacted, but probably not. Definitely I think it was the right amount of reaction.
Definitely not. All right, you leave it up. The guts.
The guts. The gut is up.
The birds.
So this weekend I was on a run. The fuck up is the dog owner. She was a Karen, kind of middle-aged woman, kind of a douchey looking. I'm running on Brady Street, as I've done so many times. I've been running for so many years, passed many dogs in my life.
Many years, many dogs.
Many years, many dogs, many runs. Never had a problem. The fuck up is this dog. I'm running past on Brady Street. I have my headphones in. I can't hear shit. I'm about 4 to 5 feet to the left of this lady with her dog who has it on a leash. This dog fucking launches at my wrist, which I already have. It's already sprained. Launches at my wrist. You can see I don't know if you can see. I got bite marks right here. There's a bunch. There's like There's 6 bite marks right there. This dog fucking bites me. And it's like just launches and grabs my wrist, and I just fucking throw this thing down. I was like, Jesus. And then I didn't want to like cause a scene because it didn't actually like break skin. It's just like little marks. But if it did, I would have been so mad and like so upset. But the fuck up is this dog owner thinking that like they're not training this dog properly, and like thinking she basically got mad at me like as if I did something wrong. Max, you've been waiting patiently.
Thank you. I have 2 things. Number 1, I'm in agreement with you. That dog owner needs to do better.
Yeah, she was mad at me like I had done something wrong. I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna argue with you. Okay, again.
Second thing. Also, you are a disgrace to all people out there who have ever been bitten by a dog, actually.
Oh yeah, it's such a like, you can't even see it.
Like my brother gets like bit by a dog on his run last year, gets his leg gashed open. Haley's mom got bit by a dog really bad.
Max, you're cutting into Jack's time.
Come on, this is respect the hand raise.
It's all about Jack.
Worst dog bite ever.
Ever. Hey, you see these dog bites?
I also got bit. Look, you can see. Oh, this is just.
Oh, do you see this dog? Nope, just a pimple. Nope. No,
you can't see
it. Can't see it.
It's too bad. It's too bad of a bite.
This is bad podcasting.
It's too bad that you can't see it.
God. All right. Well, on that, we got top 5 songs of summer, which is going to be absolutely lit. And it's that time too. 4th of July Day weekend's coming up. We're stewing. We're humming. Gut. What do we got down there, Big Gut?
This was recommended by your boy Jack Maastricht. He wanted to do this segment. Also, I've included with this segment that if you're giving your top 5, every song you have to give a preview, a little singing to your song. Nope, Max, I don't want to hear it. That's what's happening. A little jingle, even if it's one word.
Okay. All right. So by the way, let's preface this top 5 too. This top 5 is our personal top 5 songs of summer. So this is not, I had to tweak a couple things because at first I thought it was like the world's best or the America's top 5 songs of summer, but it's our top 5 songs of summer. So you cannot be the audience.
Yep. Personal favorites, personal opinions.
Yes. Okay. So
I can roll first if you guys want me to, because the singing.
Go ahead.
All right. So number 5, my first 3 ones actually all have summer in the title. I had to quickly throw this one together because, like I said, I was very busy today and I was fucking late. So
bad prep.
You could say that this is the greatest list of all time already, just without even seeing it. But number 5, Summer Breeze by Seals. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. You guys know that one?
No.
Really? By Seals?
Hold on. Let me go listen to that song on the boat of the 4th of July. I'll get thrown out. Wow.
All right. Next,
That's
number
a
4.
Horrible start.
Summer of '69. That's a great fucking song. Summer of '69. That's a great one. Love that one. Number 3, Summer by Calvin Harris. When I met you in the summer, to my heartbeat sound.
I really want to veto this rule. This is a horrible rule.
No, fine.
We'll let him finish and then we'll kill him.
Number 2, Wake Me Up by Avicii. Just fucking love Avicii. It's a vibe. Every time I hear that song, I just think of summer. And then number 1 really gets me in the mood just for going out, grilling, going outside, seeing some concerts. Chicken Fry. Cold beer on a Friday night.
Good one.
Pair of jeans that fit just right.
I respect it.
Radio.
All right, Tyler, make sure you send me your top 5 afterwards too, so I can put it for the Insta. All right, Jack.
Ooh. Okay, so some background. I wanted to pick this one because I think it's the summer's coming up, but the best summer songs personally are the ones that kind of take you to a place. Like, okay, I'm on the Ball Diamond. I'm at the beach. I'm floating in a lake, and when you're there and listening to the song, it's twice as sweet. So I went for the vibes. I feel like I made a little older playlist, so I'm not sucking up to the viewers like some of us might do. Nobody would do that, right, Max?
I need previews of these songs too.
Never. So my first one is "Girl, Put Your Record On."
How does that go?
Girl, put your record on.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a vibe. I don't know, something about it. Like it's a vibe.
I love that choice.
Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. What a
I
line.
don't know that one.
Come on now. What's that?
I don't know that one.
Really?
Let's
That's
hear it.
part of the song, bud.
Oh yeah, no, that's part of the song. That's one of the lyrics.
Oh shit. I thought that was 4.
Give it a listen. Okay. Second is fourth. Sorry, I'm going down. I learned my lesson. See, I was really nervous about this list because I didn't want to leave off like the GOAT summer song, like leave off Michael Jordan from my list or something. That would be just don't want to do
Who did
that. I don't know.
What an
Someone
asshole.
named Max Hoffman.
Who would do that?
What an asshole.
So number 4 is Center Field by Johnny Fogerty. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Yeah, good
Tyler
song.
just belts it out. I love it.
Good day.
Maybe not everybody's favorite, but that song just puts me right in the outfield on a beautiful summer day. Can't beat it. Next, number 3, I had to pick a Taylor Swift song. Honestly, it was hard to decide. So I went with Blank Spaces. But honestly, I'm not ashamed to admit this. On the way down to Milwaukee, I listened to Taylor Swift the entire way. I put on This Is Taylor Swift on Spotify, and I jammed out because she's just a summer artist, honestly.
Nobody's going to shoot me down for that.
How does that one go again? Is that the one that we were stars, lovers? I'll tell you I'm insane.
Yeah, nice to meet you. How you been? I could show you incredible things. Yeah,
Yeah, good song.
All right, number 2, Jack and Diane by John Mellencamp.
Oh fuck!
I
I
mean,
missed that one.
the intro to that song alone is the song of the summer. Like, so good. And then number 1, didn't miss Michael Jordan. The perfect song to drive with your windows down to, The Boys of Summer by Dan Henley.
How does that one go?
I
don't actually know that.
I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the Boys of Summer.
I actually know that one.
That's a baseball diamond classic. I guarantee you that's been played on every lake in Wisconsin.
Okay.
That's a summer song.
I know that one.
I love it. That's a really strong top 5. Way better than Tyler's.
Best ever.
Jack and Diane choice. I fucked that up. I should have had that in there.
All right. So mine is not curtailing for the viewers. I need a bounce back performance.
We're getting 4 DJ Khaled's on here. I'll tell you that.
And also, with that being said, I wanted to pick some songs from different genres too, kind of like Jack. So like I have a deep love for Martin and Garrix. I think everybody on this podcast knows that for sure. I love my EDM. I know Tyler does too, but Tyler worked it around, got some other genres in there. So I'm going to do the same as well.
You alter your list during this podcast?
What?
Did you alter your list?
No.
Okay, I was going to say that. No.
That's a big accusation.
That's a big no.
Number 5, I'm sorry. No brainer. It's a no brainer that no brainer is number 5 because DJ Khaled is in the building. We the best music. You already know. It's a no brainer. Yes. No brainer. Number 5. Number 4, California Girls.
Ooh.
California Girls.
Okay, that's a great choice.
A phenomenal summer song. Listening to that in the boat.
Let's hear it.
Kissing a ketchup, squeeze of buns.
Just squeeze up buns.
California Girls. Katy Perry, much love. Snoop Dogg, always. Number 3, High on Life by Martin Garrix.
I'm sure everyone knows that song.
High on life till the day. No. Okay, whatever. I feel
You
like
gotta finish it. You just trailed off. You didn't even
Yeah,
finish the line.
you didn't really. That wasn't confident.
We both sang. You have to.
You were saying with confidence. That was no confidence whatsoever.
high on life till the day we die. Boom, 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 da, da. Okay. Number 2, Chicken Fried. Tyler had it as number 1. My number 2, I love Zach Brown Band. They're phenomenal. Chicken Fried, good stuff. You always hear that on the boat too, by the way. Like every campfire, every boat ride, Chicken Fried will be there. And my number 1, Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett. Sitting on a sponge cake, watching the sun bake, and it is covered in us.
That's a strong one too, right there.
Again in Margaritaville. I mean, that song is, again, a very classic summer hit. Can't lose. So that concludes my top 5.
That's a good one.
Best of all time.
I want to make a group honorable mention. We had one summer where we went to our friend Alex's cabin. Shout out to Alex. But you played Peaches and Cream by Snoop Dogg like 20 times. And by 10, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this song. But by 15, I was the one playing it. What a song.
Wow. I originally had that song on my list and I took it out.
Honorable mention.
Peaches and Cream. Oh, wait, recognize that I was playing music. Yeah. Tyler, do you have an honorable mention?
Honorable mention. Honestly, I was gonna go California Girls. I love California Girls.
Awesome.
When that song first came out, you guys, like, I was an absolute disaster when that song came out, just screaming it everywhere I went.
I also, my honorable mention was going to be Party in the USA.
Oh, fuck. That's a good one too.
You
should have had that on your list.
When you're drunk and
or DJ Khaled.
When you're drunk and Party in the USA comes on, like, it's all over.
That's another one. I feel like that one and Chicken Fry, I feel like maybe should have made the list. I knew I'd missed some. It's hard. There's so many songs.
There are a lot of songs out there.
Billions of songs. Hundreds of plays.
We're going to have to wrap it up. We could talk all night. I mean, I know we want to extend our weekend, but we're going to have to wrap it up.
It's time.
It is time. So, Jack, thank you. Our best.
Thanks for having me, Jims. Best episode ever. People are talking.
The number one episode of all time of any podcast ever, including TV shows, including movies, the best media performance of all time.
Yeah. And shout out to Assad, Tyler's barber, by the way. He gave him another really tight cut on the side. I mean, Tyler, are we kind of on a weekly basis now of getting a haircut? Or I
got a haircut. My last haircut was a month and a half ago, you idiot.
Oh, mine was 9 months ago. So anyway, thank you all. We love you. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. We're available everywhere. So really, it's on you. You have no excuses. Don't be a coward. Listen to our podcast, The Intellectual Idiot. And pod out. Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Jake.